Just go ahead and just remove any chance that he gets crushed in a lane. I don't know what kind of monster that thing is, but it has Faker next to it. I think it's Rise.
It's definitely Rise. It's Zombie Rise. But we know that Faker doesn't use skins, so there you go.
It's very scary.
Blossom on the screen did absorb a Sejuani ban. And look at this. Sion's going to be banned away. So the two champions who first beat and then outlast the Gnar have been answered. I just so want to return to AD Kennen. I think that's a very real chance. We'll see that pick in this game. Kennen's one of the last champions, AP or AD, you can run into the Gnar fairly competitively. So the Jarvan ban was what I was looking for, a second ban, because that is the ultra comfort for Blossom. He moved to 5-1 on Jarvan. The ZAC available, but does change the tempo of the draft, less early skirmishing. And they're going to last pick jungle and take an early Leona. We saw Gorilla take an early Leona first round for Kingzone. Now the Leona's taken here, trying to really ratchet down on a single member of Jin Air.
Wow, Wolf up to 306 assists.
3,000.
Yeah, 3,006 assists. He must have gotten that in the last game based on all the kills that were happening. So nice little goal for him to get past.
I believe he was the second player to get there behind Gorilla. So those are the two, I believe, that are above 3,000 career assists in the LCK. Congratulations to Wolf on that one. The Orin is just kind of the more defensive side of the coin when it comes to top lane. It's what I expected before the Jace ban, so no surprise there. The budget Sion in some ways compared to the meta right now.
Sohan looked really unhappy when the Jace got banned, so you can tell he wanted to play something fun. Sorry guys, he's going to be playing Ornn.
Won't be going to Kennen, so they don't want to go for a dive. I feel like Kennen and Kha'Zix would have caused a bit of pandemonium, but one of them gets locked down with a trouble bubble and they die. The ZAC makes sense now that they've drafted here and they've got the full information on the side of Jin Air. It's not fun against the Kha'Zix in the early game, but they have Gnar top side and they have the Zoe mid lane, so you could get away with the ZAC, but they seem to have made a last-second adjustment. They want a bit more flexibility and also another champion that can build into the Trinity Force and be a split pusher in his own right. They finally set on the Jags. They did not want a situation where Umti had a big skirmish advantage, even with strong lanes. They've decided that a skirmish advantage cannot be allowed to Umti. Good read for me. I think Jin Air win almost all their games when Umti is on a Kha'Zix compared to a tank jungler on the other side. So a bit more combative from the Jags.
Yeah, goes on to the Jax. Was one of the rookies you were mentioning coming in and making a big difference in 2018 LCK. Lots of signs for him today. That last sign actually said Blossom is lighting a fire in my heart, I believe. And it was a play on the words of saying Blossom in Korean. So definitely a lot of fans coming in for this player. It's fun to watch an aggressive jungler come in and be a little bit reckless, but also have a lot of success and bring your favorite team back onto the map. So definitely a lot of fans for him.
And especially if you're a younger follower of the competitive scene, I think it's very easy to look at how much energy he has and kind of the youthful exuberance of Blossom and imagine yourself in his shoes on SKT with some of the legends of the game. I think a lot of people are kind of living through Blossom when it comes to really his journey here, out of nowhere, being picked up ostensibly as a squad player, now a starter, now being built around with how SKT execute. It has been a meteoric rise for Blossom in spring season 2018. Right? Because the Jack's not very useful in the four-man siege, kind of walks up and puts his counter-strike and threatens a leap strike. It's not much talking there. It's much more team fight from Jin Air as Blossom gets face-checked by Umti.
Yeah, he's going to have to ward hop away, but they're thinking about coming in here. Wraith is actually roaming on up, but in comes the Rise, and down goes the Jax. First blood goes over to Justice. Blossom getting a little bit too...
Umti is not being spotted.
Not again. He doesn't have flash, and, well, he's going to come in here with the Realm Warp, and he can only fight at this point. He's trying to get away, but that's a second death. Once again, trying to clear the control ward. You have another fight down here in the bottom lane as Wolf goes aggressive.
Almost any champion in the league is Antara.
Oh boy, he's in trouble. I mean, he does have the Mega Gnar here. He's trying to stun him up, but there's three people on top of him, and he's gonna go down here. Very unfortunate positioning for Antara.
You say unfortunate, I say questionable. They have no control top side. Everything from the side of SKT is invested bottom side. He goes for a walk through the river. He should not be surprised to get outnumbered. That's the only area Jin Air control. That's why they're going.
Disengage, but they can't quite hear him. He's going to jump in, but Wolf from downtown is going to get the ultimate down and kills that Kha'Zix a little bit too far forward that time around.
You understand why Umti wants to be aggressive. He loves his item timings. He disregards the stopwatch that Faker has taken. Stopwatch may be out of the meta largely. It's not gone. And Faker gets the beautiful stopwatch bait that we haven't seen in a long time.
Perfectly played by the side of SKT, especially after their struggles here in the early game of game number 2.
Amusingly, Wolf was the one over the wall to pick up the kill.
Yeah.
So red buff means that now he even extra wants to be going for the aggressive Zenith Blades to buff up the trades. Going to be a while till Solar Flare. But watch the replay. Umti is loaded. It's against Cinderhawk only Jax when he has Boots of Mobility and a Serrated Dirk. That's why they feel strong enough to go. But Leona's coming back from base, so they're outnumbered in this play. And the stopwatch gets so much value for Faker. Able to stop
the Wolf. Doesn't want to be countered in that way.
Do notice that SKT have got defensive vision where they were weak, the top side. The top side is no longer controlled by Jin Air. Jin Air, accordingly, trying to reclaim the bot side of the map. That's where most of the objectives are that are relevant at this point in the game before Baron is a realistic objective. But they don't have full control. Feels like a jump scare is about to happen by one team or the other.
Certainly could. SKT have the ability to just let this go, but they're not going to. Double TP coming on in. They're waiting for it. They want to get onto Rise, but Wraith is right there. Going to lock down Blossom, and down he will go. The Ornn ultimate going to lock down everyone else. Wolf getting a little bit too far forward, forced to flash out of there. That means the Mountain Drake should certainly go over to Jin Air, and that it does. Faker trying to do some damage on the top side, but the objective has already been taken, and Jin Air have disengaged. A flash coming in here. Faker, he wants to close the gap. Gonna flash, force the real flash out of Sowon as they cannot secure a kill.
Yeah, the aggression at the end, very weird from SKT with Sowon still having his flash up, only able to trade summoners. All things good, they really want to answer the Drake with a turret as looking for the pick onto Justice, don't get it.
Yeah, they're gonna miss that one. Wolf tanking up so much in the front lines as they want to lock someone down and get Wolf out of dodge here. They can't quite
Teddy's
get the
up.
turret. Teddy's gonna flash forward. He wants some kills here. The Featherstorm gonna come in with the stun. It actually saves Wolf up on the top side. He's duking, he's diving, and he gets out of there. Wolf somehow surviving after all of that. Nicely. Now for SKT are set onto this very low mid lane turret.
And now they're set onto Sowon.
They're gonna find him over here. He does get out for now, but locked down from the Leona ultimate. Looks like this might just be way too much. 5 members diving onto one tank. It's gonna be enough to take him out.
And that's what SKT is good at, remembering flash cooldowns and collapsing when they see an opportunity. They're collapsing on Baron, it feels like, or at least getting Baron control. And now
Drake looking to siege just a little bit with the help of Faker. Going to be landing this, but the engage from Wraith. He's going to get onto that back line. Blossom disappears, but they do get the Drake over to the side of SKT. But Jin Air, they say, hey, we take your jungle out. Let's go for Baron.
Yeah, see if it does mean Baron. That's, of course, the first thought. Remember that Baron team needs Sowon to be on it, and they don't have the turn ultimate available in terms of the core of the forward fight. A lot more than most Gnar builds. When you see Gnar versus GP, you're priced in to build Phantom Dancer and damage. Just speaking of damage,
there's that pick we were talking about, the slow coming down onto Blossom, but the counter-strike keeping him alive for long enough here to get away.
But Gnar can have pressure on the Ornn with just 1 damage item, so you can go for teamfight tankiness.
They're getting that pick damage. Wraith got chunked by Faker in that last fight, and so Jin Air couldn't fully engage. So we're talking about the chunking that the Xayah can do, though. We got a little foreshadowing of that, of things to come, as he just autoed once and did a lot of damage there.
As the QSS to at least stop the trouble bubble, or even the first Solar Flare from being enough, but Leona's kit has so much that's usually not enough to fully disengage. Blossom gets chunked out again. And
he's
took a
so
turn on
low,
him.
And he's trying to clear the wards here. He's at least going to dodge that one. We have the Sleepy Trouble Bubble here onto Justice. Lots of damage coming out in the trade.
Someone not able to body block it, so now rises out of the fight.
Yeah, some flashing forward. They want to get someone here. It might be Sowon. one again, and it looks like it will be on the backside as Jin Air backing off entirely. Teddy the only one who's fully healthy here, but he doesn't have the support of his team.
And with double mountain, it's time to start the Baron. So one should have been able to tank for the Ryze, doesn't. Ryze can TP back in, but Baron's already super low.
MT coming on in, Wraith looking for the engage. It's gonna go over to SKT. Let's see how many members they lose for it though. That's gonna be Wolf going down. Faker's gonna miss on the kill. Untara, he wants to leap over, but it looks like, ooh, maybe not. Leaping over, it's only Wraith on the chase here. Can't quite get the damage down. He's still alive. And now Bang trying to push him back. They're all gonna survive on the back. Only one. Oh boy.
That was extended range.
Yeah, now it's Wraith that's out of this one, so they don't have the engage from the Rakan. It looks like it will be all up to a steal, but actually Umti might have his life stolen away from him as he goes down. A little bit too optimistic on that one. Can't get the steal, and he loses his life.
Channeling the first Blossom's items, last I saw, was still very much anemic on the tank front, so no surprise that Teddy kind of just blows a bit of air in his direction. He kind of falls apart. The gathering storm is starting to affect the game very strong soon as Blossom is too low for this play.
Okay, he's just gonna get caught up, and he may have baited in Wolf too. They didn't see the members coming in. They didn't have the vision, and the stealth Kha'Zix comes in, slows them all up, and gets a couple kills.
That was so sleek with the last pick of the Jax for Blossom.
Oh, well, speaking of Blossom, he's going in. They're trying to chunk down the Kha'Zix here, but it's 1v4. All alone, he's gonna go down. Once again, 6th death on the Rift here for Blossom, and certainly this is not helping at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's just unfortunately being too brazen. He's trying to pay back his bad early game with the play that wins them the game. But predictably, when there's already so many members of Jin Air on the bot side, it gives Jin Air more advantage. They take mid lane turret, out lane in a turret, and bot lane in a turret at the same time. 6 turrets out of nowhere. And Blossom needs to take a chill pill, otherwise Teddy's on a ward, so they know he's not grouped. They might look for a quick pick on the front line, but Blossom has finally learned his lesson.
Yeah, I think after that last one, 1v1, Bang trying to get on top of Justice here. Can't quite do it though. Blossom is going to be knocked up in the front. They're trying to get onto Wolf here. Faker is going to run into Umti on the right side. Has to Zhonya's. Can he actually take him out here? And Umti looks like he might have gotten into the bad situation. Baits himself into that one. Gets taken out.
At the worst possible time as Baron is about to spawn. Umti assassinating Faker's Kassadin in the 94-minute game is how Jin Air won. In this game, it was unnecessary from him. But Jin Air trying to go topside. They know Elder's going down. Without Smite, they're trying to roll the dice.
Yep, not a bad idea here. They have a mountain drink of their own.
They're just trying to finish it here.
Yeah, looks like they should be able to. No steal from the Leona this time. Realm Warp gets everybody out of there. They're trying to engage.
They're trying to chase. They're going to keep chasing. They're going to keep chasing. They don't want to allow recalls.
They're coming on in. Faker's going to rejoin up after going back to base. Here we go. Bang and Wolf getting close. So on. Not in the greatest position. They're going behind the turret here. This might be Blossom's moment to shine. The counter-strike coming in. Teddy, though, going to flash away. Justice is back. Did they go too far? Is the question. Untara getting low now. They're going to take out the Rakan, but Wolf going to trade support for support. They go a little bit too far, but at least they get to disengage.
Once again walks up. He might be dead here.
Oh, it's going to trade flash for flash, but Wraith, he gets on in there. That's going to be 1. Make it 2. Double kill for the Xayah. Now getting into the back line. Here's Umti and Wraith. They want to get some more kills. Wolf going to sacrifice his life. That's a triple kill. Can he get any more? Might not matter as they get 3, and now they're pushing mid.
Teddy was a one-man jump scare. He was the one to just completely dash the hopes of SKT. Deletes members in an instant. They're rushing mid, and I think the game's over. I think we're going to game 3.
Looks like it. They've finally done it. 50 minutes comes in. And that might just ring the bell for game 2 to end here. It's going to be 2 on 5 as Faker tries to pull off the miracle. The shields all going to come in. The turrets go down. And that's going to do it here as Jin Air, they have brought us to another game. We're going to game 3, guys. Jin Air versus SKT. Going down onto that Nexus. That's going to do it. Game 2 goes over to Jin Air.
In Teddy we trust, says Jin Air. No longer is it the Alawi split push. No longer is it an elaborate poke comp. They just wanted to brawl, get down and dirty. The problem is that after SKT gave up some kills in the early game, they abandoned the siege game with Ezreal and Zoe. They opted into fights. Blossom so often was fishing for a pick, and every time he looked for action, he brought death to his own team. Fortunately for the side of SKT, this was what